Hi there! In this clip I will see the answer to that question, which is the way to upgrade from a basic model M1 Mac Mini as video editor. The core problem is I like to use speed ramp, optical flow and motion blur effects. Unfortunately my Mac is not able to give smooth workflow if I use them. I run sample clip on different hardwares till I find the proper configuration. You will find every technical detail in description below. Okay, firstly, I will show you the workflow issue of my basic model M1 Mac Mini. Let's begin. Here, it is the sample clip which contains stabilization speed ramp with optical flow, and it contains 3 different adjustment layers: zoom with zoom blur, sharpen and motion blur. At the color tab we have a grade and the noise reduction node. Next, check the timeline and proxy settings. They are UHD and ProRes with half resolution. Move on to replay. I'm turning on optical flow effect alone. Replay is not smooth though. We can decrease timeline resolution to increase FPS, but as we can see we should stack UHD or 2 key to spot details. HD and Full HD resolution don't give sharp picture to set noise reduction or color grade. Let's check what happens if we use 2 key resolution without proxy. Rather laggy. Then I'll try under proxy. No difference, lag remains, so proxy meet is busted. Now try the render cache.
2 very boring minutes later.
Result is okay, but time consuming. Let's see the Full HD resolution. Not smooth. Full HD with proxy, and any change? No. I'm turning off noise reduction, not usable. In the next round I'm gonna try without noise reduction and motion blur. It's usable replay, but without core settings, pointless. Optical flow effect alone. At Full HD resolution it's good. At the end, I start the render.
Angry line later.
7 minutes. Let's see what about Final Cut. Same Mac Mini, same footage, same effects, first optical flow effect only. It's smooth. Remember, in Resolve that was rather laggy. Next, every effect is on, no playhead move. Now I'll try proxy in Final Cut. There's no advantage. Noise reduction back and motion blur layer off. Smooth. Now we get that. Motion blur is the weak point of Final Cut. Let's start the render. During the render we can summarize. Final Cut has only one benefit against Resolve. Optical flow effect works fluently. M1 Mac Mini is not able to handle noise reduction and motion blur effects, neither in Davinci Resolve nor in Final Cut.
15 minutes later.
It seems I must upgrade the hardware. Let's get to it. First candidate is a Mac M1 Pro notebook. We are on Davinci Resolve. All effects ignited, unfortunately the result is like previous ones. Next, decrease resolution to Full HD. It speeds up a bit. Performance price tag is not as good as I thought, so I think it isn't a good bargain for me. Let's move on the following hardware. Second applicant is a Macbook with M3 Max unit. It's rather pricey, but as we can see motion blur remained weak point. Let's start the render. Render wheel takes for 2 minutes. Not a quick process, but this setup can support a livable cache render time. But I need an economical solution, so let's jump to the next one, which is a Windows PC. Here we are, Intel i5 CPU with 16GB RAM and the GPU is a GTX 3070. We are on Davinci Resolve again. Modifiers as they were. Resolution is UHD. Let's begin. First part, only optical flow. It's smooth as it was in Final Cut. Next part, all effects ignited, As we get used to it, motion blur and noise reduction froze the replay. Next, decreasing number of effects. Turn off noise reduction, it's usable. Additionally, turn off motion blur too, it runs well. Now we get better result than we saw during all of Mac Mini M1 parts. Obviously, it doesn't make sense that way. I need a machine which ensures smooth noise reduction and motion blur replay. So let's decrease timeline resolution. 2 arrives again, it helps a lot, but far away from the perfect replay. Step down to Full HD, it seems usable. Next part is the cache rendering. During rendering we can remember. On Mac Mini Full HD timeline resolution gives 6 FPS in Resolve, and we had no playhead move in Final Cut.
12 seconds later.
Not quick, but I can live with that. Let's render out the footage. During render we can summarize. Mac Mini M1 has no smooth play with usable resolution, neither with Resolve nor Final Cut. We must render out the motion blur and noise reduction effects as an additional process to see proper result. To my surprise, M3 Max MacBook bleed out. My sample is too hard for it, motion blur effect needs a better code in Resolve. Anyway, this upper class hardware gives quite short render time to reach configure flow, but it's rather pricey. PC configuration gives the best result as reasonable price. Disadvantages are the airflow noise level and its case size. Windows configuration will finish the render 1 minute and 41 seconds. If I'm only concerned about the price and efficiency, the logical pick is a similar Windows configuration. Which one do you choose? Feel free to use comment section. I was Attila from Budapest. Thank you for watching.